Welcome to this new adventure.
About
adventure
Austin
about
Cityscape
Austin. Yes.
GeoWall.
Ooh, Cityscape GeoWall. That sounds pretty cool. All right, let's start the show.
So the first we see when we come to the client's house, we see the empty, boring, white wall, which is supposed to be fun and exciting because it's the wall in the office.
Oh, yes.
And it's supposed to be a cool background for the Zoom meetings.
Yeah, it's boring, so we want to make it cool.
But it's actually exciting because it's a blank white canvas for us to create something interesting on it.
Yeah. And what's funny about how this adventure started, it actually started with a wallpaper.
Did it?
Yes, it did. He designed it. Yes, it started with a wallpaper, which was okay wallpaper. It wasn't great, but it kind of had just some abstract city looking thing on it. And you know what I said?
What did you say?
I said, oh, I could just make that. Why don't we just do that instead? Yeah. And you know what?
I love your enthusiasm, by the way.
I don't regret any of it, actually. It was pretty cool. I mean, but it did have its challenging. Like in any adventure, you always have this challenge moment. And you have to see if you go through the challenge or you crawl back in your hole. I like challenges.
Our clients came to the right place.
At the right time.
They called the right people because
yeah.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. We love it.
We transform the white, boring walls into cool-looking ones.
Yes, and we like a new challenge when it's offered in front of me.
Okay, let's start our adventure.
Yes, let's start this adventure.
The inspiration can come from anywhere, and this time it came from the city we live in. It's Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Yeah, it's got really cool shapes down there. So, in order to make this wall, we actually took a little trip. So imagine, we live in the suburbs, and we need to go downtown. And when we get to downtown, we're like, oh, look at that building. How amazing. Look at that skyscraper over there. And that one over there. Oh my God, and that one looks like a governmental Capitol building. How cool is that? Right in the middle of skyscrapers. So cool. Such an adventure. We took pictures. We took photos. We danced in the street a little bit. It was so much fun.
There is my favorite building.
Ah, yeah. What is your favorite building?
It looks like the owl.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the
It's got
Frost
the horns.
building.
The Frost building. A really
The
cool
ears
building.
and cool-looking eyes.
Yeah. So one of our challenges and tasks was to say, okay, what in downtown Austin would stick out on a wall? Because the way we make this wall is not typical. Not like it's a photograph.
Yeah, we're not painting it on the wall.
It is the use of the silhouette. And so we need buildings that have sexy silhouettes.
And we need to create the layers of these silhouettes to make this illusion of three-dimensional.
Yeah. And that was our adventure in the big city of Austin, Texas. So after our adventure to the city, now we had to get to our dry erase board. So we sat there looking at our dry erase board and like, man, how are we going to create this cityscape? So we did a little research online as well, and we found out there are, images we can get that already kind of have the silhouette of Austin, which is very helpful, but a lot of them have too much detail. And took our photos that we took from downtown, pushed them all into this computer software that makes vector art to make our CADs. And this is what it looks like right here. Isn't that cool? So all these layers we had to put to make all these Frost buildings and this Capitol, and there's a bridge, all of it. So we really had to make it unique and cool looking.
Yeah, and all these layers should be made in the vector shape, so they all should be outlines.
Yes.
You can't use just regular picture.
So explain a little bit what a vector is.
Vector is a simple geometry made of lines and dots.
Lines and dots, that's right. And what's neat about vectors is they're independent in their resolution, so they can be as small as a little mouse,
and we can stretch it on the whole building.
That's right.
And the resolution.
That's right.
Will
You can
be
make
cool.
it as big as the Earth. I mean, literally, you could. Vectors are resolution independent, unlike, like a photo you take. So when you see those little tiny pixels.
The creation of physical real objects.
Yes, here comes the real challenge. Show what to make it out of. Our next chapter in this story is
called Home Depot.
Depot. Oh, or Lowe's. Kind of prefer Lowe's better because they're more organized, I'd say. But anyways, so now we need to find out what to make this. In most geowalls, most of our creations are made from plywood or MDF or solid wood. This was going to be a little bit challenging because if we did that, it would stick out so far from the wall.
5 feet away.
No, not that much, but yes, 5 feet away. So it'd be like building an actual city in their office, which would probably not be too good for the homeowner. They probably wouldn't be able to put a desk in
maybe
there.
you also wouldn't be right in time.
So yeah, because we'd have to take longer to cut
So
to
we
machine.
had to
So we got to figure out what kind of materials.
choose
to use.
the thinner material.
And as we were walking in Home Depot, looking at all the different materials, we go, oh, there's wood there, there's wood there, there's wood there. What's this? Oh my God, what is this?
Is it a paper?
No, it's not paper.
Is it a plastic?
No, it's not plastic.
Is it, I don't know, tiles?
It's not tiles either. It is something called brown board or fiber board, and it comes in big sheets that are 8x4,
And
it's about
sometimes
a 8-inch
it's
thick.
not even brown, even when
Oh,
you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it brown board.
That's right.
They sometimes call it white
Yes, it's already got a
Pre-painted
nice
coat.
pre-painted white sheet on it. That's really super thin.
And we decided it's a cool idea to have this pre-painted white
Yes,
boards.
because we were going to paint these, but I'm like, oh, look, it's white. But, we ran some tests, so we did use the brown board as well. But the brown board had one little issue when we CNC'd. And that issue was when the CNC cuts out all those windows, all those little shapes, it leaves little furries behind. Yes, lots of little furries. And you have to comb those furries away with the sander. Every single furry in every single window needs to be sanded. So I don't like those furries. I'm like, oh, this takes forever. Sanding 30 windows on a building or 40 or whatever.
But the whiteboards,
But the whiteboards,
they don't require any sanding.
No,
They're
it's
nice and sleek.
nice and CNC cuts
and
it.
they don't have any fur.
No furries.
They are just
the
completely
backside's a
bold.
little bit. But yes, so much easier. So let's go with that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
do
like,
that.
done. So easy. Now we get to go
To
get them all
the
done and then go
shop.
paint them.
Yeah, next step you go into the shop and cut in everything
I
on
cut
the
it all.
CNC machine,
Cut them on the CNC.
which is a huge oversized machine.
Huge, big
which
dragon.
cut every single window, every single line.
Yes.
And it takes, how long it takes? Several hours.
Several hours, yeah.
cut.
Full day of cutting. Because it's about, I don't know, like average 9 to 10 sheets, maybe 12 on some of them. So,
And after it's all cut,
yes.
strategically paint them all.
Yes. So we like to
With
use a
the
sprayer.
Paint we have chosen for our clients.
Yeah.
And
So
we like this gradient going from the dark gray all the
yes,
way
right.
back to the white background.
That's right. Have a nice
And
gradient to the white.
spray painted in 2 coats every single building
Yes.
of this Austin city. And then
Yes. Then we let it dry. And you know what happened? Well, guess what happened? She can tell you what happened. Look at these look at these wonderful fingernails that she has. How pretty they are, right?
and we made a little test in the corner of the
Well, it was an accident
building.
test. If she didn't see that, then I want to be back
It
at
was
the shop.
probably a little furry thing stuck there, and I
And
decided
she-
to scratch it away. And oh no!
And she just
They
broke
hold-
my heart into 2. And why, you might ask, why is my heart broken and shattered into a billion pieces all over the city of Austin? Because
Because
paint
our
was not
city
sticking.
looks like this now.
Ugh, so awful.
So we can't deliver this to the clients.
No.
That's impossible. That's garbage.
Yeah,
The whole work which was done before
yep,
has no sense anymore. We need to redo the whole
all
thing
of it.
from the very beginning.
Yes. With that said, it was a learning. We got defeated by this fiberboard that's white. Had to go get fiberboard that's brown. And then start over.
And then you have to sand every single window.
Every window. Because I thought the white one would be quicker. So lesson learned. And that's the nice thing about what we do. We really take pride and care about what we do for our clients, and we want to make sure that they see it how we see it.
Here's the fun day. The day of installation.
We made it.
This is the most exciting part because we see all the pieces coming together.
Yes, we're almost at the end of our adventure.
Final picture.
Mm-hmm. So we walk into this boring white wall.
And bring these cool puzzle pieces.
Puzzle pieces, yes. And even what's cool about it, we're walking in like buildings. Buildings can actually be, we could probably go like 9 feet tall or 10 feet tall with some of the buildings. So it will be that tall on the wall, which looks pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So we layer them all on the wall, install them, and what's cool about it as well, it just sits on the baseboard. They don't go beyond the baseboard, so you don't have to worry about ever hitting them with a chair or something. And we start off with the light layer that matches the white, to the gray layer, and then to the black layer.
And this is how we build the Austin city on your wall.
It's pretty sweet.
And then some details, some cool accents. So we have
Additions.
this all empty sky behind the cityscape, and we can decorate it.
Yeah.
We can make a logo, we can make the name of the city, we can make these cool looking clouds.
Yeah, so some finishing touches depending on the client. So we can do this cool acrylic Austin logo. So just in case you want people to know what city it is, even though they should be able to tell, maybe not. There's a lot of capitals that look like that. You can have this word Austin coming out. And what's cool about it, the light will hit it and cast all these big shadows onto the wall. And even our buildings, since they're dimensional, they cast cool shadows all over the city. Or, even cooler, you can maybe paint the wall behind like clouds. Better yet, make a cloud. Just like we made the city, we decided to make some clouds, and then we added an additional step is adding some cool LED lights behind these clouds. So if you wanted to have thunder or nice blue sky, you can have that all with these cool backlit clouds.
And it's cooler when it's cloudy in Austin. Otherwise it's so hot.
So after we're done with this cool cityscape and our wall enhancements with these clouds, you know what the client said to me? The client said, "Oh my God, it's on my wall. I don't need to go downtown anymore. This is wonderful. I have it right behind me. Thank you, Prohl Design. Thank you."
That's amazing. Okay, what else can we do using this CNC machine?
Yeah. So after this cityscape, this first one we created, now we're like, what? We can create so many different cool things with this material.
We can create anything which is shape-based. And
Any
we can
shape.
create
That's right.
shape
Curves,
of
straight
everything.
lines, say mountains.
Yeah, using the flat materials, we can cut any silhouette.
So you like...
Dogs.
Yeah, so you like dogs or cats or...
Castles.
Castles.
Maybe mountains.
Mountains,
trees,
yeah, all of it.
Buildings.
Different cities. Anything. Pretty much the sky's the limit. Within some detail limitations.
What is it called? The trail, the Wilson Trail.
Crimson, yeah. That's right. If you're a country and you want a Crimson Trail, you know that, like Crimson Trail, so you can have cowboys and carriages and horses and donkeys and Indians. You can have that.
So if you like this video,
if you like this video,
subscribe, and order the cool
a cool cityscape or whatever wall for your office. All right, get rid of that boring white wall.
And to the next adventure.
Yes, to the next adventure.